Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones back with a new video. Nothing new under the sun. This is a video in response to the attack that happened in Paris. If I sound a little tired, I'm not really tired. I just got back from work and it's 3:46 in the morning. I haven't done a late video like this in a good long time, but I do enjoy doing it. Um, and I decided to wait roughly a week before I started to do a video on that event, which it was a horrible event. Um, I think over 100 and I believe the final number was 132. 132 people died, whether it be from the explosions or from the gunfire, and it was a tragic event. But I have to be honest about something. Um, I remember when I first heard, and I may have mentioned it when I heard about the shooting that happened in Charleston, South Carolina, the state that I'm in. When I first heard about it, I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, uh, was it the same old song? Or was there any change? And I felt the same way about what happened in Paris. Is it the same old thing where you have one or multiple attackers attacking a bunch of people, um, and there's no resistance? Essentially, that's what happened. Um, and I titled this video, nothing new under the sun, because it's nothing new. Um, it doesn't. Maybe I'm not apathetic to what happened to the people who were hurt. I'm not. It's not that I don't feel their pain, not that I don't understand. Not that I don't understand what happened, but it's 2015. We seem to have all this technology, all this information, um, all this access to history, and yet the same thing still happens. Um, I remember the last time, the very few, there were there were a few times where I heard of something like this happening, and I was actually impressed. I was a bit surprised. I remember there was one. It was back in 2012 when it was in Oregon. Now this happened 2 days before Sandy Hook, and there was a shooting at an Oregon mall, and this guy, he stole a friend's rifle and shot him. He murdered two people in the mall, but there was a off-duty security guard. Um, he was armed, and he was prepared to fight back. He didn't fire a shot because he couldn't get a. There were too many people in between. There were too many things in between him and the attacker, namely other people. So he couldn't take a shot. But the attacker saw that and ran to the location of the mall and put one in his head. And I said, that's a good story. So it's a shame that it didn't get enough. It didn't get the same amount of airtime that the Sandy Hook shooting got, which was that happened 2 days after. But someone fought back, or someone was prepared to fight back, and he did spring into action. He didn't fire a shot, but he did respond in an appropriate manner. Then there was um, I think this was maybe about 2 months later. Uh, the guy the guy who shot six, I think, 12 people. Maybe I think it was 12 people. One of them was a judge. Another one was one. No, one was like a little girl. This is in Arizona. The one where uh, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords got shot in the head. There was a guy. Like, I think his name was Tony. Hope I got that right. But he was across the street in the store buying cigarettes, and when he heard the gunfire, he was also carrying, and so he ran out and he responded, and he was one of the people who restrained the murderer, restrained the attacker after everything was said and done. And the attacker still had, he had a 33 round magazine for his Glock, and he didn't get through the whole magazine. I don't think he got the whole magazine. I believe he was stopped, but one of the people who restrained him was armed. And that was another instance where said, "Oh, that's good. That's good to hear," but it didn't get it. It wasn't noted as often as it should have been. Going back to all this, information, all this technology, and all this access to history that we have, it seems like I don't understand. Is there a desire for the public to? Is there a desire for the public to be weak, to be misinformed? I guess a lot of people who watch my channel or channels like mine, they probably say, yeah, of course there are people out there that want to keep us misinformed. Um, and I say that's a damn shame. Because it's like this. There have always been attacks like this. I think the best that we can do, not just as preppers, not even just as Americans, but just as as good decent folk, decent folk, try to keep others informed that this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened repeatedly. I've had friends, who there are many sides um, of the public armament or the gun spectrum. I have friends who don't like guns. I have friends who are they waver from side to side, and I have friends who are die hard on the issue of no, it was one way or the other. And I try to talk to many of my friends, especially the ones who fall more on the side of wanting more gun control, which is not truly gun control. Is people control, because um, to implement gun control, you need other people with guns, to do so. So I just want to throw that out there. Um, I try to talk to them. I explain to them that this isn't the first time this has happened. Remember, this always happens in places where there are easy targets. I go on Facebook and I see a lot of people that they leave comments and still think it's ridiculous that having an armed society. If there were other people there with on guns, they probably shot somebody. I really think they're either speaking off of misinformation or they're unknowingly bringing out their own insecurities that they don't know that they may not know what to do in a situation like that. That they think they may shoot someone else. This is called projection. They can't face the truth that what they will do in that kind of situation, so they pin it on someone else, saying that's what they're going to do, to keep from having to face the facts that they may freeze up, or they may act inappropriately during when that occasion comes up. But you know recognize that this is nothing new. This has always happened. There have always been groups who've taken advantage of other unarmed, defenseless, unaware, unassuming individuals. And the best thing that we do for those who don't fall within that category is to just politely, with courtesy, inform others, teach them that this is nothing new. This has always happened. But I remember I posted a Facebook status, and everybody was posting, having, I guess, like it was like kind of like this. You can see the French flag highlighted over their picture, over their profile picture. I didn't do that. Really, all I did was pull up an old photo of me at the range of my AR-15, and I said, you want to support Paris and other people who suffer through tragedies like that. Learn from those events. Stay prepared and watch your six. Another tip from Irish. I it's important that we learn from these events, learn the common denominators within all these events, figure out, is there any way we can act against it, we can do something differently, see if any of those changes have worked in other situations, and then implement them, and then go from there. But anytime I hear about any like ISIS attacks, things like anything like that, it doesn't frighten me. You know, Nothing new under the sun. There have always been things like that. But what I can do is think about would I be prepared to deal with a situation like that when it comes up? And I'm confident in myself that I can. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but As it stands now, I am confident that I'd be able to handle myself and help others should I find myself in that situation. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope I can never have to face anything like that. But the best thing I can hope for is that I can respond in an appropriate manner if and when it does happen. So, but just some thoughts I had on my head. And like I said, I want to wait. I want to let some time pass by before I make a video like this. It was a sad thing that happened, but it's not the first time this happened. It's happened repeatedly. I remember I did a video about what happened at another college. It was a Christian college. I remember, if you dig through my old videos I did last year called His Will. And I talked a little bit about the similar situation. But please share your thoughts. If you have any comments or questions, please leave a comment in the comment section or send me a PM. Be happy to hear your response and what you think about the quality of this video. If it's your first time seeing my channel, I say welcome. Please check out my old videos. A lot of interesting information out there. Some goofy stuff and some tutorials on other things. And grab some complaints, send me a PM. See how can I address it. If you're not used to me wearing this hat, I'll see what I can do about getting another cowboy hat. Even though I know a certain YouTuber out there, he he won't appreciate that, but and it is what it is. But that's my video. Nothing new under the sun. I'm Edward Jones, and you have a blessed day.